Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm a past University of Guelph international student who used to live in Maritime Hall. And this is a video that I recorded before I left university, taking you through the Maritime Hall residence complex so that you can easily navigate it, whether you're a student who's going to live in Maritime Hall, if you're visiting Maritime for some reason, or if you're just trying to get a lay of the land and a closer look at the amenities in Maritime and what your living situation might be if you're looking at coming to the University of Guelph. As you can see, I'm at home now, so this footage is a little bit old, but the building doesn't change, so hopefully this footage is still useful to you. And we're going to start this tour outside of the building. Over there you can see that's Prairie Hall, and this is the parking lot between them. Over here is Maritime Hall, which is the one that I currently live in, so let's head inside. Walking in through the doors, we're now in the lobby of Maritime. You can see the housing services office. Over here is the hub for the RAs and the cluster leaders, and then that's the other side of the residence life office. This is actually a very important diagram of the South Complex. So right now we're in this blue one, which is Maritime. We're like right down here. I was pointing out Prairie, which is right there. And up here, this like crisscrossy pattern, that's where all the rooms are. So right now we're like in the lobby of Maritime. I was pointing at the lobby of Prairie. So you can see how all of the buildings connect right here. And that last one on the right was Mountain Hall. So we're going up the steps now. And a note, if you're moving into Maritime, there is no elevator. So make sure you're prepared to bring all of your stuff up those steps. Here I'm showing you the road down below. We're actually about 3 floors above it now. And then we're walking into the laundry room. There's like 12 or so washers and 12-ish dryers as well. I sometimes had problems with the washers all being full or the dryers all being full, though I never had any problems with anyone stealing my clothes out of the laundry machines. And once again, the laundry is free, included in your tuition. So now we're actually in the residence rooms portion of Maritime Hall. We just left what's called the bridge, and I'm showing you now the cold stairwell. It's called the cold stairwell because it's made entirely out of concrete, and there is no heating or anything like that controlling the air temperature in there, so it's often very cold in here. So that's just the reason why it's called that. Right in front of us as we walk out of the cold stairwell is the mailboxes. Over here are the ones for hallway, seaway, and cove. On the other side is harbor and schooner, and those are unlocked with your key to your residence room. That's that parking lot that I was showing you in the very beginning of the video, and Prairie Lobby over there. Over here is a map of the individual Cove hallway. As you can see, there's 3 towers. Each of these towers has a little alcove area. And then here's Cove in relation to the original diagram I showed you in the lobby. So Cove, we came from the lobby, walked up the stairs, over the bridge, and now we're in Cove. We could have walked up the stairs through the bridge and into Seaway, into Harbor, or into Schooner. And that little upside down F area was Maritime. This upside down F area is Prairie, and this upside down F is Mountain. I say upside down F because I think that's the easiest way to remember it. So that one's Prairie, and that one's Mountain. At this point, I'm going to take you into my tower, Cove 2. On the right, you can see there's lots of windows, lots of natural light in this hallway. It does get pretty dark at night since the only lights are those wall lights that you can see there. So right now we're going into the 2nd floor of Cove 2. And here's a little look at the alcove. So this is like the 2nd floor alcove, and that's their bathroom. Now I'm going down farther, some more steps. All of South is arranged in like spiral staircases. Here's a little lounge area. You might have been able to see a kitchenette, which is just a sink and some outlets on the side. Just showing you out the window to see how far off the ground we are right now. And then we're going back upstairs. We could have actually gone down another 2 sets of stairs into the very basement of Cove 2, but in the interest of my legs and time, I just took you up down 1 flight of stairs there. here is the garbage. There's also a little alcove like that for recycling down by Cove 1, pointing to it now. And then we're going upstairs to my floor, which is actually the 3rd floor of Cove 2. Same setup here with the alcove. There's 5 rooms, spaces for 6 people usually. And here's the bathroom setup. There's a separate stall with the toilet in it. It closes, the door overlaps and locks. There's our sink area. There's 2 sinks. We keep our soaps there. There's also 2 shower stalls, and just like the bathroom, the toilet door, they overlap really nicely. There's a curtain inside as well. Yeah, you can see there's no looking through that gap, only the gap on the bottom, and they lock nicely from the inside. Now we can go up another flight of stairs and we'll get to what is called the 4th floor lounge. So same sort of setup as the 2nd floor lounge, and we can look out the window and see how high off the ground we are now. So same trees, we're facing the same direction as we were downstairs in the basement. Walking down the hallway a little bit, we get to the microwave room. There's only 1 microwave room per hallway. Usually there are 2 microwaves, but for some reason we only have 1. And this is where you would have all of your kitchen equipment, like a hot water boiler, anything like that you can't have in your room. And then down that way is Cove 1. And if we look down the hallway the other direction, that would be Cove 3 on the other side. So Cove 2 is nestled in the middle of Cove 1 and 3, obviously. And we're calling it Cove 2. Cove 2 refers to the entire tower. So going up or down all of these spiral staircases, you're still in Cove 2. But going side to side, you'd be in Cove 1 or Cove 3. Up here is the 5th floor lounge. It's a little more spacious. Now we're walking into the 5th floor. We just passed the 4th floor alcove without saying anything. The 4th floor is usually where your RA would live. And then up here on the 5th floor, instead of a double room in the middle, there's 2 singles, which is a little different than the other floors have been. And then you can look all the way down to street level. And then going up this last flight of stairs here, there's an emergency exit down to the roof, which you're not allowed to use unless there is a real emergency. And then there's another little staircase up to the 6th floor. Some people think it's a bad thing to live on the 6th floor, and while it is a lot of stairs, you do get really close with the other 4 people that live with you on that floor. I'm not going to go in because I don't want to disturb the people. I could hear some people in there. So we're just coming back to the 5th floor now, and I'm showing you, I think this is Cove 1. It looks the exact same as Cove 2, just a little bit of a different view out the window. There's that parking lot from the very beginning. There's Maritime Lobby over there. And then if we look to the left, hidden by those trees, was Prairie Lobby. So yeah, looking down the hallway, we're looking at Cove 2 now. And then beyond that would be Cove 3. To get back down to street level now, we're going to use those cold stairways that I showed you earlier in the video. Up here, the cold stairway is very bright because there's windows up there. That's the very top of the staircase, and you would go all the way down. And actually, I did lie a little bit. We're actually coming to my room, get a little quick room tour. So we're not going back to street level. It's an absolute mess right now, but you can watch my full room tour if you'd like to see it all clean. To explain the room numbers a little bit, this 2 stands for Cove 2 because I'm in the 2nd tower in the row. So there's 1, 2, and 3, so I'm in 2. That's what that number stands for. The 2nd number stands for which floor you're on, like vertically in the tower. So I'm on the 3rd floor in the tower. And the 1 stands for, which room exactly on the floor you're in. If you're in rooms 1 through 5, that means you're going to be in the alcove like this. If you're in rooms 6 through 9, that means you're going to live in the corridor like this. So when you're looking at the map of the University of Guelph South residence rooms, you can tell whether you're in a corridor or in an alcove, so you can look at which exact room you're going to be in. Additionally, all of the double rooms are the ones that end in the number 3. So on my floor specifically, it is room 233. This one is the double. And they don't necessarily assign you which part of the double you're going to live in. You just have to work that out with your roommate when you get here. And that it brings us to the end of the footage that I have for that South Residence Complex navigation tour. So hopefully you're now able to figure out where you are based on looking at the maps on the street level, that red brick road that runs through the middle of all of the South buildings. I'm not going to be giving a tour of Prairie or Mountain because they are the exact same as Maritime. It's just a copy one after the other. So you can use this tour to also navigate Prairie and Mountain. It's the same numbering system. It's the same setup with the towers. It looks very similar. And there's only a couple of differences between them. For example, Prairie and Mountain have cafeterias in their lobbies rather than the administration offices like Maritime has. I showed you a really quick view of my very messy room in this video, and I mentioned that you can find my full residence room tour on my channel, so you can watch that video right here if you'd like to see my South room tour. If you'd like to see a room tour of an East Village townhouse room, you can watch mine right here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel for some more videos, you can do that right over here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please put any comments or questions that you have down below. I will try and answer them as best as possible, and I'll see you in the next video.